Hi everyone, welcome back to the 100-day series of Heal Your Inner Child. So I hope you've been following all the videos in the program and you've been seeing progress. Today we are on day 31, okay? And today we're going to talk about we're actually moving towards joy and creativity now, okay? So think about think about any kind of play that you used to be a part of when you were a child. Okay, so for instance, I think I've already mentioned, but I used to love playing with sticks. I used to just make dolls out of anything and everything, and then I used to like love for hours just pretend it to be something, give it roles and play and all that. Okay, and um like they say even ghar ghar, right, like home play. I used to like imagine making home under this table of ours that was like huge, and I used to like pretend and cook and all of that there, right? So what is play? Play is not something that we do, it's something that we allow ourselves to just flow, right, and just have fun, right? Whatever it means to have fun. Okay, for instance, when you look at a child, okay, when you look at a 5-year old, 3-year old, right, and have you seen how they are constantly busy with themselves? They can make a toy out of anything. They can kind of pretend that they are in a place that really gives them that happiness, right? And they just can just have fun on their own, right? And they are in their own world, like this, like it's said. So what happens when we grow up? What happens slowly? We start to become serious, whatever that is, right? And we are told to come out of this la la land, right? Make believe, Delulu, right? Don't be Delulu, be real. And what does being real mean? What does it even do to us, right? It makes us super serious. It makes us think of all the things that can go wrong, right? And have a plan B, C, D, E, right, for all the eventualities. And we lose our magic, we lose our wonder, we lose our spark, right? Of that play. Okay. So today we want to kind of go back to that phase where this happened, right? Where there was this fissure and where we broke out from being that carefree. What happens, folks? Let's just back up and think about what we are doing right now, okay? We are probably very serious. We are making money. We're responsible adults, right? However, nowadays, when you go to a doctor, whenever you seek some sort of if there is a health issue, the first thing that we are told is to let go of stress, right? That's like in all sorts of lifestyle diseases, the main component of that is stress, right? So we as a child were stress free, right? Naturally, we were having fun, we were in the flow, we had that creative flow, and then we were told not to always be that way. We were told to become serious, we were told to have a goal, we were told, I'm not saying all of those things are not right, right? But what I'm saying is that when this happened to us, when we were constantly told to be a certain way, we forgot our natural flow of play, right? And that natural flow of play is what is actually the missing component nowadays when it comes to, your health, your relationships, you trusting your own self, or even just having fun in life. Because, like they say, are you even living life, or are you just like, going with the time as we're all, right? When we are, of course, the stark truth is that we're all born and then we are all moving towards death, isn't it? But even then, it's we do have a long time if you look at it that way, right? And even if it's a few days, even if it's a few months, what are you doing to make your life better in the moment? Are you enjoying every moment? Are you having fun? Or are you just dragging along this time phase? Yeah. So today we're going to focus on um, play, creativity, and bringing back that self of ours that we lost somewhere in the middle, right? So, I want you to again, let's start with the practice. Just close your eyes and take three long deep breaths. Yeah. And as you keep your eyes closed, I want you to remember, a toy or a play or a game, right? Or an activity that you played or you love playing as a child. Okay. Stay in that feeling for a few, maybe minutes, and try and think about, what it is that it doesn't have to be a particular toy, but it could be like, the mundane things, how we make a toy out of a leaf, how we start playing with mud, all the things that are already available. I'm not even talking about something very expensive that you had and it made you feel good, but I'm talking about just being in the energy of play, right? So what activity or play were you a part of, or that you really loved, right? You don't need another person even when you were in that mode, okay? Now open your eyes. And now for today, what you need to do is you need to recreate it today. Okay. Even if it's in symbolic way. Some people draw and that's very easy, right? You can get a crayon, you can get your paintbrushes and you can draw, right? So if you used to draw, do that. If you used to love dancing, move freely today. Dance a little bit today, right? If you were good at making up stories, then write a short story today. Yeah. And you need to let go of those outcomes कि क्या what will happen, क्या होगा इसके बाद. The goal is not to be good at it or to be perfect at it. The goal is to enjoy this process, right? So just again, for a moment, close your eyes and I want you to whisper to yourself, okay? And when you're whispering to yourself, I mean you're telling your inner child, it's safe to play again. My joy is sacred. My joy is sacred. So what's happening is we're also disconnecting the um the process of feeling joy, that you can only feel joy if you do this. When we start growing up and when we kind of lose that childless that child, uh, what do you call, wonder, right? That wonder of a little kid, we start comparing ourselves with others, and we also start replacing that carefree energy with the energy of competition. And we start to think that if I come first, if I am a good boy, if I and I think covered this in another video as well, but the thing is that we start putting restrictions to our joy now, right? So there was a time in your life where at one age you started letting go of that carefreeness, and you replaced it with, I can only get happiness, joy, if I am blah, 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 right? So we are kind of untangling that energy and we are replacing it with this carefree energy again. Because you don't have to be anything, you don't have to do anything, you don't have to have anything in order for you to have joy. And so it's your birthright, and you're going back to that birthright of yours, and you're also going back to that inner child that actually started to believe otherwise. Yeah. So do this practice today, and then there are four questions I want you to journal on as well. The first one is, what did I most love to do as a child, and why did it bring me joy? What did I love to do as a child, and why did it bring me joy? Number two, when did I stop allowing myself to play freely? Actually, you can journal on these questions first and then do your exercise, because this is more contemplative and it'll help you understand. The second is, when did I stop allowing myself to play freely? Yeah. Or to be joyous freely, right? Number three, what does play mean to me now? And how can I bring more of it in my daily life? So I'll give you my example. I used to have those stick figures and enjoy. Right now, I don't really. I wouldn't go back to that stick figure, right? That won't bring me joy. But what is joy for me now? That this is an opportunity for me to explore, right? For me, joy today is, having crystals, right? And doing rituals, do my spell work, doing my spiritual work, right? Learning new spiritual things, right? New healing techniques. So all of this is it brings me joy now. So this process is also for you to understand what brings you joy and then to connect with that as much as possible in your daily life. Because joy is not about playing with this doll. It's playing with the doll that brought you joy, and joy is the energy I want you to connect with, right? Not with the process per se. But of course, for you to also, we go back to the inner child to understand what actually makes us feel joyous now, right? And the fourth question is, how does my body respond when I let myself be playful? Yeah. Because when I'm actually in the flow, when I'm, playing, when I'm doing my full moon rituals, how does your body feel? Does your body feel light? Does your body feel happy? Does your body feel expanded? And that's what we want to work on more and more so that, our soul, mind, body, everything is in sync. Yeah. So with that, I want you to put your hand on your heart and affirm this is healing too. Right? Again, you're not just playing, right? It's not, like I said, it's not just play. It's the energy of joy that you're activating. And that in itself will bring in safety and, security for your inner child. Yeah. So I hope today's exercise, was fun for you and that you'll be able to find what's joyous for you and expand on that, work on it, and connect with your inner child with that playful activity. So till then, signing off, Anisha, that's from Zarya Healing.